According to reports, Ferrari is making bold preparations to acquire Lewis Hamilton from their competitors Mercedes for the upcoming 2024 Formula One season. The renowned Italian team is reportedly willing to offer Hamilton a jaw-dropping offer, showcasing their determined efforts to entice the seven-time world champion and secure his services, thereby potentially tempting him away from Mercedes. Where does this leave Charles Leclerc, whose contract is set to expire soon? There's a lot of commotion going on in the house of Ferrari, so be sure to watch until the end of the video. Hamilton's current Mercedes contract will soon expire, and despite assurances from both parties that an extension is imminent, the 38-year-old racing sensation has not yet signed a new deal. However, emerging reports suggest that Ferrari is prepared to present the seven-time world champion with a whopping £40 million contract in a bid to entice him away from Mercedes and secure his services for their team. Reports suggest that discussions are progressing at a top level within Ferrari, with company president John Elkann said to be in direct communication with Lewis Hamilton. The goal for Ferrari is reportedly to have Hamilton as the ideal teammate for Charles Leclerc, which could potentially involve releasing Carlos Sainz from his contract ahead of schedule. Alternatively, there are indications that Ferrari might consider allowing Leclerc to move in the opposite direction, enabling them to secure the services of Hamilton. Amidst the uncertainty surrounding Lewis Hamilton's future with Mercedes, team boss Toto Wolff openly acknowledged that Charles Leclerc is being closely monitored and is on their radar. And as for Lewis, he went on record to claim Mercedes as his home. To jog your memory, here's what he told ESPN. "I'd be lying if I said I'd never thought about ending my career anywhere else. I started at McLaren. I'd like to think I'll always be a part of the McLaren family. I started there when I was 13 years old as a junior driver, so I thought about what it would look like if I was at McLaren one day. I thought about and watched the Ferrari drivers on the screens at the track, and of course you wonder what it would be like to be in red. But then I go to my team, to Mercedes, and this is my home. I'm happy where I am. I haven't signed a contract yet, but we're working on one." In the midst of the situation, Toto Wolff emphasized that a new agreement between Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton will eventually be reached and signed. He said, "It's been 11 years that we've been together, and every single time when we talk about Lewis's contract, it's 6 months of where are we and what is happening. And we keep saying the same thing, that we are just rolling on. It's not any difficult contract negotiations, it's just putting a few different numbers in there. That's what we do. We're working on this. It's a work in progress, bouncing emails back and forth, and eventually we're going to sign it." Throughout the season, speculations about potential changes at Ferrari have been circulating, particularly leading up to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. During this time, there were reports of discussions between Charles Leclerc and Mercedes. However, both Leclerc and Toto Wolff dismissed these rumours, with Toto stating this about the Monegasque driver: "Charles is a super guy, and for the long-term future, someone you have to have on your radar, but not for the short and medium term." In light of recent rumours suggesting a possible move to Mercedes, Charles Leclerc has expressed his thoughts by stating that, "I'm in red, and I think it's quite obvious how much I love Ferrari and how much I want to win at Ferrari." Reports suggest that Ferrari has initiated contract talks with Charles Leclerc following a period of mutual reassurances after a challenging start to the 2023 Formula One season. Despite a promising start to the 2022 campaign that saw Leclerc leading the Drivers' Championship, he ultimately finished as the runner-up to Max Verstappen. Ferrari's underwhelming performance at the beginning of the 2023 season has raised significant uncertainties regarding Leclerc's future with the team, prompting the need for discussions regarding his contract. Following retirements from 2 out of the first 3 races, Charles Leclerc currently holds the 7th position in the standings ahead of the upcoming Monaco Grand Prix. He has only managed to secure a single podium finish so far, claiming 3rd place in Azerbaijan. Leclerc has been frequently linked with a potential move to Mercedes, where he could potentially succeed the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Toto Wolff, the team boss of Mercedes, acknowledged during the Baku weekend that the 25-year-old driver must be considered on his long-term radar. Amid persistent rumours suggesting that Charles Leclerc has a pre-contract agreement with Mercedes, the driver remained evasive when questioned in Azerbaijan about whether he had engaged in discussions with the 8-time Constructors' Champions. He replied to these rumours by saying, "No, not yet, not at the moment." According to a recent report, discussions regarding the extension of Charles Leclerc's contract, which is currently set to expire at the end of the 2024 season, are now taking place. The report states that Ferrari president John Elkann has been present at the team's Maranello base, engaging in a series of meetings following the cancellation of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola. These developments suggest ongoing efforts to secure Leclerc's future with the team. In addition to addressing the future of assistant team principal and race director Laurent Mekies, who has been announced as the successor to Franz Tost as AlphaTauri team principal, Ferrari's chief executive Benedetto Vigna and team principal Fred Vasseur have engaged in discussions with Ferrari president John Elkann. During these talks, Elkann has provided significant assurances to both Charles Leclerc and his teammate Carlos Sainz regarding the team's direction and plans for the future. F1 journalist Giuliano Duchessa wrote this about the team's current position on the contract talks. Sources suggest that after mutual reassurances, discussions on Leclerc's contract extensions are now closer. Amid ongoing concerns suggesting a significant recruitment drive by Ferrari, the report also mentions that Enrico Balbo, Paul Monahan and Pierre Wache from Red Bull are unlikely to join the team. The news of Leclerc's contract renegotiations follows remarks from Damon Hill, the 1996 world champion, who suggested that Leclerc might find himself staying with Ferrari for an extended period. He said, "He's never really been in an extended campaign for the championship. There have always been moments that it's been good and then they've faded, and he's also had these blots on his copybook with qualifying, the banzai lap that goes wrong and stuff. When you look around at the top teams and who they have in their teams, they're probably content with what they've got at the moment. I'm not sure that there's anywhere else for him to go. Red Bull? I doubt it. Mercedes? I'm sure that Toto will be sticking with Lewis Hamilton until Lewis decides he's not going to race anymore. And I think Charles is the perfect fit for Ferrari. So I think he's there for the long term until they give him a car that he can go for a championship with." Leclerc has been nurtured within the Ferrari system since 2016, swiftly advancing from GP3 and F2 to joining Sauber, which served as Ferrari's affiliated team. Within a year, he made the leap to Ferrari and has since committed to long-term contracts with the team. Is the potential loss of their homegrown superstar Charles Leclerc worth the risk of acquiring the legendary Lewis Hamilton? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.